concentration, I was waiting to. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Masterpiece, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound us around me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bump it. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, and it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, Coach. A bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Watch the run, watch the run. Move the team. Watch the Mike 50. Mike 8. Watch the run. Check three. There.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Check. Lucky. One flip.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Switch up.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Ready, set. 54. Mike, 54. Go, go, go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20, 10, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Good job right there. Good job right there. 14.
Now Wilson. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Blue 15. Get your swerve on. One left. 50, Mike, 50. Come on. You better bring it. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Check. Hayward. Zebra.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Forced out to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. .39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Coming for you, son.
2nd and 9 now. And he's got the hook up to Moore. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Go. 50's the mark. 50's the mark. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. Friday.
Here's Wilson to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, but now it'll be 3rd down. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Right here, guys. Mike 51.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Mike's 50. Yeah. Check 43. Switch. Check 99.
Check 50.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 44-yard line.
Double tight, guys. 4 down. Check it. 19.
Good, 4 down.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They go play action with Wilson. Steps away to his left. He's going to look deep. This is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down. Inside the 20.
It's a gain of 37. That's good for the Bears. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the 1st quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Strip that ball. Show it up.
Now Wilson. Going to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Go. Yo.
Hey, Mike, go.
Bang out. Bam.
Come to my world. Check 52.
Took right. Good touch.
Again, Wilson being chased out left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Out of the gun now on third down. Wide open receiver complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check 4. Check.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And it's defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down.
Hey, Charlie.
He'll drop to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the Bears' 40-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, echo.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more, and unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep.
Touchdown, Chicago! DJ Moore, 87 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. 2nd and long. This is brought in by Gibson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards on the carry, good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Exit.
2nd and 5. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 29-yard line. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Hey, Delta. Look at me. Go. SOS.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
On the double. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Oh, you got deep? Let's go.
Back to throw now on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. David Moore, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. On second down, Cook, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
It's just me and you. Smooth. Draw.
He'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Let's go, boy. Bring it up.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you up. Good job right there. Good job right there. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Throwing again. Wilson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Chicago. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Bears have retaken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Got it.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Forced to the ground and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now back to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one unless there's another defensive penalty.
And McManus able to put it through, and that will do it for this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
You ready?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically what they're doing is
Quick strip, the ball's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that, and when they've tried too hard...
Touchdown, Chicago! Tony Pollard with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as the Bears push further out in front. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Going back to Moore. This time he's got him complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
First down, Detroit.
This quarterback now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here.
High 7. Rock it. Hey, check 24. Ready?
They'll drop the throw. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Let's go.
It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So the 14 yards actually takes them from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the pass.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Sam on. He's checking. 5.
They'll set up a throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Let's make it. Alert. Let's make these babies crawl all the way back. Got it. Watch safety creep.
1st down, and it's Pollard again. Nickel Roby-Coleman up to make the tackle.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey. 18.
Here's Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They're going to look to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
This is taken at the 3. Think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. 20. Touchdown, Bears. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan able to record his 5th sack of the season. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
And he's going to go down again. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Buying time to his left. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
First 20-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Tight into the right, boy. Tight into the right.
No pass, no pass.
You got four.
Watch it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Silence. Sorry. Easy.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Check.
One left.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Hey, it's coming up. Hey, let's go. It's coming. 4 down. Check 26.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Green 80.
Mike 50, Mike.
Zebra.
Let's go, T. Scorpion.
On 3rd down, Pollard. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the 1st, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run. But how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
Come on.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
Watch QB drop.
Hey, box drop.
Come. Nine to Mike. Tackle. Mike 9.
Ready?
Looking to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
And the Lions first down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now.
It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
The Lions on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey, lock it.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Barber. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. 27 yards there, a 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal?
Left pass. Off.
From the shotgun, Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Watch the pass.
Now Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Look for signal. Hey, turn it up. Good.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now as the Bears push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch. Look at me. Door. Now.
2nd and 4. He's going to look deep for more. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Over the middle, complete. That's more. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw, and he'll go right back to Moore, complete again. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
First down, Lions.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
58's the Mike. 58's the Mike.
They'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Back to throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bears will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's baby soft.
And they take a knee.
Wilson on the keeper. It's a loss of 1 yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Bears, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.